Jimmy Joe on the dashboard. Daphne and Grandpa were going to the boat, and were obviously bonding on the way there, when Grandpa suddenly turned to Daphne and told her, "There's a little man named Jimmy Joe that sits on this dashboard and watches over you." Daphne looked far and wide over that dashboard and couldn't find this little man. "Grandpa, I don't see him," she said. "Just because you can't see him doesn't mean he's not there. But he'll always be with you," he told her. Again, Daphne didn't feel the need to ask questions. I, on the other hand, would have asked a bunch. My first question would have been, how come I don't see him, but Grandpa did? My follow-up question would have been, are you guys friends? Because I'd want to know Jimmy Joe's demeanor. I would have then asked questions like, how long Grandpa has known Jimmy Joe? How long Jimmy Joe had been watching over me? How long has Grandpa known Jimmy Joe was watching over me? How long does Jimmy Joe plan on staying with me? How did he find me? And why was he interested in me? I also would have probably asked the nature of the relationship dynamic between Grandpa and Jimmy Joe, if other people could see him, and if Jimmy Joe had special talents or powers. I may have asked more or different questions, depending on the answers Grandpa gave me. But this is Daphne's tale, not mine. To be honest, Daphne didn't really believe Grandpa and thought he was crazy at first, but she probably felt obligated to believe him because of the instinctual and trusting nature of a child. As such, she embraced Jimmy Joe as an imaginary friend and later welcomed him as a guardian angel. It wasn't until after her father's death that she realized that Jimmy Joe is her father's name. Thus, she cherishes the notion of Jimmy Joe sitting on the dashboard even more now, as it brings her great comfort knowing that just because she cannot see him doesn't mean he's not there.